Hey, 大家好 Let's go! Known by the locals.
In 2015, China's President Xi Jinping was in the UK where he made a very important speech. In that speech, he quoted Shakespeare. What's past is prologue. I think the meaning behind using this particular quote is that whatever might have happened in the past, we should all look forward to a shared future in partnership. Hey, how you doing? Sorry to keep you waiting. Don't worry about it. It's nice to see you again. It's amazing to see myself in 20 years. I had some questions I wanted to ask you, if that's okay. And did we make it back to Canada as we'd always planned? No, we never did go back to Canada, but we have come to China, and that's where we live now. And what about the drawing? Did we keep it up? Sadly not. I let that one slip by the wayside as well, but I have been practicing my Chinese calligraphy of late. And did we ever become an interpreter? No, I didn't manage to do that either, but I do work as a bilingual television presenter. Well, it doesn't seem that you've achieved any of the dreams that we had when we were young. I mean, are you happy? So my name is Ian Ingalls and I come from Wales in the UK. I've been living in China now for almost 19 years and here in Hainan for 16 and a half years. I think that if you go to any place in the world, you have to expect it to be different to your home culture. You have to have a tolerant and open-minded attitude, and that will help you to settle in. And I like to think that's the kind of attitude that I have. I've learned about different languages and different cultures before in my past, and so coming to China, I did not find difficult. I had been in Hainan for a long time. I loved this place. I wanted to do something to promote Hainan to the rest of the world. Here in Hainan, there is one ethnic group that is indigenous to the island known as the Li people, and they have their own special customs and practices as well. One of those, very interestingly, is something I've come across recently, and it's Li paper cutting. Here in Hainan, the Li people have their own form of paper cutting, and it is an item of intangible cultural heritage. Before I came to China, I thought that Han culture was Chinese culture. And of course it is, it's a very big part of Chinese culture. However, Chinese culture also incorporates the other 55 ethnic groups and all their cultures too. Well, traditional Chinese culture is incredibly varied and diverse, encompassing all kinds of elements. And I began to study the characters, and you begin to learn the history and even the stories behind each character. You also begin to learn the various strokes that make up each character. Then they become a lot clearer, and that mask of mystery is torn away and you can see through to the meaning. And now it has become part of my life because I really enjoy Chinese calligraphy. Chinese culture is obviously a very, very broad topic. It is the accumulation of thousands of years of practices and customs of the Chinese people. All the Chinese people, all the cultures that live in China. I think one way to get more British people interested in Chinese culture would be to offer Chinese language in schools around the country. And I, as a promoter of Hainan and its culture and its tourism, would have failed in my job if I did not manage to attract more of my fellow Britishers to visit my beautiful second home, Hainan. What, do you have any advice for me then? Whatever happens, whether you succeed or fail, none of it matters, because your life is full of new beginnings.